Hey everyone, Brad Herlock here. Welcome back to the Garage Grit Live, where we dig into real stories behind the shops that make this industry run. This week, we're going to be highlighting a powerful conversation, and it's the most latest episode of the podcast, the latest in the series, the Origin and Impact series, featuring Bahaa from Crown Auto Repair and Collision out of Texas. Now, if you're new here, let me first just preface things with I'm not a coach. I am just here to I'm not here to tell you how to run your shop. I am a digital marketing company. And my team are the digital marketing people behind me at AA Shop Marketing. And our job is to help shop owners like yours grow your reach, build your trust, turn your story into something that resonates in your community and with your customers. And that's what Baha's story does. This guy's got a way of leading that's quiet, clear, and powerful. Not loud and obnoxious. He's not flashy. He just shows up and puts in the work, and it has earned him the respect of his team and the trust of his customers. Now, before we jump into Baha's story, I kind of want to bring up something that's I'm starting to hear more and more frequently when I have conversations with shop owners. Local politics. I'm talking about like zoning issues, stopping with allowing shops to expand their operations, um, parking ordinances, parking limits, signage rules, all of it. What is restricting you from growing forward that's not marketing related, that's actually government related? Because this is the year, by the way, that we are, for most of the country, that we are voting on our local governing bodies, right? The politicians at those local levels. And all too often we forget to pay attention to these elections. And then we end up, also griping about town ordinances. This is the time to get involved. This is the time to be aware. And interestingly enough, I'm very interested in having a podcast panel of shop owners telling me how they navigated a difficult situation with their local township or their local governing body or municipality. And so if that's you, please reach out. I want to bring you on the Garage Grit podcast and have you share your story. I think it might be nice to also have a panel so you guys can ask each other about that story. And so it can have a major impact on how you operate and where you're going to grow and how you're going to grow. So be active in your community is not a new message from us, right? But from a marketing perspective, we've told you to be active. Now we're telling you to be active from just to be aware of what's going on when it comes to the politics and the governing bodies that are going to impact your business, the regulations that are going to impact your business. All right. So now, if you're watching this live, please also drop a comment. Let's get back to Baha's story, which is shaped by his values that his parents brought with them as they came as legal immigrants into this country. And today they're all citizens. And I think I applaud that because that's how it's supposed to work, in my opinion. So I'm glad that they are a part of our community. That hard work, that service, staying grounded, the mindset stuck with him early on. He didn't chase the shiny objects. He focused on being reliable, consistent, and community-driven and family-driven. And he and his brother started Crown Auto Repair. There wasn't some beautiful 5-year plan or investor backing. It was all about just solving the real-time problems as they came in and solving them with care. And so in this episode, Baha said, I didn't come into this with a plan to build some massive business. I just knew I wanted to take care of people. And I knew I wanted to do it better than the others around me. And that kind of focus creates loyalty, doesn't it? Not just from customers, but from the employees as well. And so he's big on developing people from inside. Something he said that stood out was, I hire people smarter than me, and then I let them do what they are good at. That's great. That's perfect. A lot of shop owners hold on too tight, but Baha lets go in the right spots in the right ways, delegating appropriately, and not just tasks, but responsibilities. And the shop is stronger because of it. You don't grow a business by doing everything all the time. You grow it by letting others win with you. His leadership style is more than a mentorship than management, and he puts on as much focus on the character of his team as he does on their skills. He also shared a story about a tough customer interaction that could have gone way south, but because his team had been trained to lead with patience and honesty, they handled it like pros. That's not luck. That's culture. And Baha isn't just building a shop. He's building a reputation, right? And so in the interview, he made it very, very clear that customers aren't just numbers, they're people. And when something goes wrong, and it often can eventually, how you respond is what actually defines you. We don't just fix cars, he said. We fix the problem behind the car, and that includes the customer's stress, schedule, and expectations. So he invests in his front office the same way he invests in his techs. He trains his team on how to communicate, how to stay calm, and how to own the moment. But sometimes before you invest in the front office or more technicians, you need more customers. And so if you need help increasing the number of clicks, calls, and customers, then you need to check out AA Shop Marketing at aashopmarketing.com. All right, let's pull together the big takeaways. All right. And by the way, if you haven't already listened to it, if you didn't get notified, then you are not subscribed to the channels. And I hope that you'll fix that right away. Because even as early as later this week, we're going to be dropping another episode. I'll come back to that in a moment. But check out Bahaa's story. It was published earlier today, I believe, on where you ever get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, doesn't matter. It's there. And when you check it out, you're going to see that Bahaa's story is about people first, whether it's your team, your customers. You treat them with respect and clarity. You delegate with trust. You don't just hand off the task. You hand off the ownership of that task. You show up in your community, and because the quiet shops get overlooked, the known shops get supported. So Bahaa's not on every billboard, but he's not doing viral videos, but he is doing the work day in and day out, and the people know his name for the right reasons. So if you're a shop owner who's trying to figure out how to grow without losing your values or your focus or who you are, then you need to pay attention to stories like this. And so I want to leave you with this. How involved are you outside the walls of your shop? Or are you just, got your head down and just taking care of the car that's in front of you and that's all you're doing? I urge you to be a part of your community and be a part of the rules and the people all around you. So let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts to share about that podcast or about this live presentation of just the summary of the podcast. The other thing that I'd like to chat with you about, and it looks like we have a guest here. You might as well come up and say hello. You're bothering me. Come on, hop up. All right. This is number 2. You were actually involved earlier this week in a podcast. You need to kind of tone this down. This is Tank, by the way. Okay. Bahaa's story was a great reminder that the best growth isn't always about speed. Sometimes it's about alignment and trust and showing up for the long haul. While he didn't directly talk about local policy and everything he's doing, he knows how to lead his team and shows up for customers. And that kind of positions him as a trusted community business, a trusted community member. Anyway, go. And one of the other things that I noticed in the conversation was he's not afraid to talk with other shops, his direct competitors, and work with them and learn from them. And so, again, being a part of the community means a community like this of shop owners, or a community directly in your neighborhood of people and other businesses. But go check out the full podcast episode. Again, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. But before you go and do that, I'd love to hear what your biggest insight is from today's live. Feel free to share this with another shop owner. And please visit aashopmarketing.com. This is the Garage Grit Live. I'm Brad Herlock of AA Shop Marketing, and I will see you next week.